What's up, YouTube land? Optimus Prime, aka Optimus Prime, here doing another Transformers video review. This time I've got a special deal. Oh yeah, 2 for 1. This is the Transformers Optimus Prime Evolution 2-pack that was available as a limited edition gift set. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. This figure is a repaint of Cup, who I have not uploaded the review for that yet. And so he's a pretty decent figure in all respects. I'll get into that. And then this figure is a repaint, a slight repaint of quite possibly the greatest deluxe class figure ever made. So I'm going to save that one for later. That's going to be the treat. But this guy here, like I said, repaint of Titan's Return Cup. There's basically no remolding on him whatsoever except for this head, which is completely new for this release. It is not a reuse of a different head or anything like that. But overall, he looks really good. So I guess there's some sort of gift set that was available years and years ago, where they had the G1 Cup repainted as Orion packs. And in some ways, I think that this is kind of like an homage to that. We should have gotten a repaint of Wheelie with that too. But yeah, he looks really nice. He's got you know, the clear wheels, Cybertronian and whatnot. He's wearing this almost looks like the Vanguard Force from Transformers Animated. 3 spots on them. Nice little tampo printing there. And yeah, let's get him transformed him up. First thing you want to do is pop these open. Open these guys up. And this whole thing folds down. Focus, Grasshopper. Folds down and then folds back in on itself. And then this closes to lock that in place, and this closes to cover up all that, and then your foot comes out. I think that's a pretty good way of making the leg all kind of fold up. I think it's pretty cool looking. Do it again for the other side. Then we come up to turn this around. Get that in there. This folds up like so. Pegs, tabs, holes, whatever. This closes over the top. And that closes that up really well. And then this folds down, and then you've got that pegs into that. And last but certainly not least, you got ye old head. Frame that sucker into there, and yeah, there would be your general run-of-the-mill Orion packs. He is literally the same figure as Cup, which means that he cleans up really nice. He folds up really well. Can't say he's my favorite Titan's Return figure, but I think he does the job really well. Still got he's got some pretty decent color matching there. Not perfect, as I think you can see on the camera, but pretty decent. A good match of blue and red, in a good balance. You know, not quite the blue and red mix-up that you get with Optimus Prime, but of course it's the Orion Pack's design is meant to homage Optimus Prime, not necessarily mirror it. Posability for this figure is he's got some pretty unhindered ball joints on his shoulders. They go out about that far if you wiggle them the right way, all the way out. Double jointed elbow, it goes all the way up, which is cool. waist joint. This figure's awesome already. Legs go all the way back, all the way front. There's a bicep swivel there. Elbow, or sorry, it's like an elbow but in the leg. It's the leg elbow joint that goes like so. And no posability down here, but he's got, you know, the old A-stance angle cut into it, which is kind of cool because this whole thing like folds up, and so it's all designed into the folds, which is kind of fun. His guns being like so. Got some pistols for some pew-pews. The figure feels just a little loose in the legs, but jeez, man, what's your problem, man? Stop drinking so much Energon, jeez. But you know, it's good. It's a good figure all around. I think it's pretty decent. If you are interested in getting this, like this right here, I don't know, like as much as I love this figure, I love this figure so much. This is, as I said, quite possibly my favorite deluxe class figure that Hasbro has released so far. And that's really saying something. As much as I love this figure, this release is almost identical to the regular release. This right here is definitely the main like draw for this 2-pack, and so if this is what you're interested in, definitely go for it. If you're in the need of another one of these guys to stick on your shelf or carry around, like definitely like double go for it. But anyhow, this is a repaint. I forgot his gun somewhere. Son of a gun. Get it? This is a repaint of the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. And that was a video game that came out for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 a few years back, and is arguably one of the best Transformers games ever released. And they came out with a very short line of figures to go for that. And this is definitely the highlight from that line. And I love this figure. It is so cool. Its transformation, I would say, is a masterpiece level engineering in a deluxe class figure. It's just really, really nice. In vehicle mode, I especially love just the way all the panels line up to make this like smooth contours. He has this really, like, this is very accurate to the game in terms of how it looks. Just a really great Cybertronian truck mode. But yeah, let's get him transformed up. So we're going to start by pulling this piece out, pulling these pieces out, lifting these pieces up, and then we're going to push this tab in and disconnect it from the inside to start loosening things up. Now we're going to flip these wheels around, and this panel actually tabs in. So this right here is, this red part is the arm, and this is the leg panel. We're going to untab that from the leg panel. And then as we pull that around, you're going to want to push on this smokestack. Just so that things don't collide around. And then you're going to take this and twist it right here 180 degrees, and then this hole right here is going to go into that peg there. So twist it, peg it in, twist it, turn it, peg it in. Now the leg here, we're going to pull down. There's like a little clip in here, and you're going to kind of just ease that out. Come on, ease it out. It hates me because I put the wheels up already. Damn me for putting the wheels up already. Terrible review. Worst review ever. Screwed it up already. So once you get those untabbed, then this right here folds around. These are the knees. And then this leg like slides out. And then you just put this all back together. His feet, toes. His foot is on a like a barbell style double ball joint. So it goes all the way forward for vehicle mode so that the toe can clear that. But for robot mode, I like to push it as far back as it'll go. And that will center his feet, like under his legs, carry his center of mass a bit better. It's definitely a good pro tip. Alright, now for the upper body. We're going to take these panels, unpeg them from this waist section here. And then we're going to take the arms, and we're just going to pull them up and start to free them up from this whole section, because there's this part of this whole transformation here is that everything has got to be done in a certain way, otherwise like parts are colliding with each other, and it's a complex transformation. That's part of the thing. One of the things that I really like about it is that it's complex, but it's not like crazy complex like G Creations IDW style Optimus Prime. Now, under here we've got this section right here. This section right here. You can see this panel is attached to this, which is attached to that. Well, this turns independently of this. So we want to get this, and we want to turn it without turning the waist. And it's on a little bit of a, watch this, it slides out. And that's to help it facilitate it going around like that. So we need to get that around. Then we take this and turn this around. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. So we're going to take this waist, collapse it up. This peg structure right here, it's going to plug into that right there. Tab, push. These sides will fold in. The head does that. Then we'll take these. This panel here is going to fold up on the back of the arm, and this is going to fold up on the side of the arm. That kind of makes that effect there, and then this fist just pops out. Again with the other arm, fold, fold, pop it out. Come on, pop it out. There we go. Good job. Good job. And then this, by the way, this is kind of a fun little thing. He's got like kind of an Autobot symbol like tattooed into his back. It's really subtle. And this just kind of folds up on the back. And there he is. That is your good old-fashioned Optimus Prime. And this figure is just amazing. It's just gorgeous. He's got the big, like, beefy proportions that he had in the War for Cybertron game. You know, he looks good. He looks good from all the angles. He's got the bulk that defines the look of the character in the game, but it's not a hindrance, you know? Like, he looks, I don't know. So they came out with the Fall of Cybertron game a few years later, and they had a figure for that, and that figure really just kind of sucked because it had weird proportions, and it ended up just like looking really fat, whereas this one just looks like beefy, you know? But his articulation is basically unhindered in there. If you move this a bit, his arm will go all the way out. He's got a single elbow bend in the elbow. His wrist will rotate a bit, which is decent. He does not have a waist swivel, despite having like all those light joints centered in here. None of them actually is a waist swivel, but I can forgive that. His legs go forward that much, backwards this much, bicep swivel, technically a double bend on the knee. Allows for pretty decent bend there. And his foot is on a ball joint, technically on a double ball joint, but it gets a good amount of posability. Oh, and his head's on a ball joint. Face sculpt, by the way. Oh, face sculpt looks great. Just a really good looking face sculpt. Focus, grasshopper. And there they are, standing next to each other. Depending on which continuity you subscribe to, Optimus Prime, Orion Pax rather, became Optimus Prime when he received the Matrix of Leadership, and it physically reformatted him. And so this is kind of like a before after. In terms of actual evolution style, I don't know. I guess these ones are technically in the same continuity. I was gonna say they probably could have thrown in like a third figure to represent, after he came to Earth. But I'm trying to think. We don't really have a G1 style deluxe class figure as of yet. But it's all good. I mean, unless you're talking like the old classics Spring Prime. But that figure was slightly less than super awesome. But anyhow, both these figures are super excellent. This one is a really good repaint of a pretty decent figure, and this one is a decent repaint of a really good figure. So take your pick. If you don't have this figure, I would say pick up the set, because this is going to be the best way to get it right now. If you do have this figure and you want the red repaint of this guy, then pick up the set. If you find it for a decent price, definitely pick up the set. If you don't have the set yet, you should probably pick up the set. All around, this is a really good set. You should pick it up, because these are awesome figures. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and go ahead and leave me a like or a comment. Tell me how much I suck. I really like hearing comments like that. I mean, I prefer to hear people say how awesome I am, but if I'm not awesome, then please be honest with me. Honesty among friends, right? Anyhow, this is Optimus Prime signing off. Everybody be good to each other.